Tonight, a major fundraiser supporting Ronald McDonald House Charities of Dayton returns to the Miami Valley.
Area McDonald's are partnering with Coca-Cola to raise money that'll stay right here in our community. Allison Walker live now. And Allison, what do we know about this year's Sleeves for Support fundraiser?
Yes, well, Megan, Adam, these Buckeye Sleeves for Support sleeves are now being sold for $6 at McDonald's locations across the Dayton region. They tell me that last year they raised over $240,000 through these local fundraisers, and they're hoping to raise even more this year. They tell me that 100% of proceeds are going right here to support the 14 families staying at our local Ronald McDonald House.
This is really just kind of one small way that we can support them. So we are excited because this year we do have this new exclusive Ohio State Buckeyes design, and we know our customers will be excited about it too.
The Sleeves for Support will support our annual operating for our families who are with us today to help us cover all of those day-to-day costs, the meals, the laundry, the transportation, all of those needs that our families have.
And Allison, they just alluded to this a little bit, but how is this going to help our local Ronald McDonald House?
Yes, well, staff here tell me that they're experiencing an influx of families coming to Dayton for pediatric care, and they say they're really in need of community support to keep up. They also tell me that now they're not just housing families, but also patients after they're released from the hospital after surgeries. But be sure to tune in tonight at 10 and 11 to learn more about the impact of this fundraiser. Back to you.
Allison, thanks so much. A live look at the White House now, where Dayton Mayor Jeffrey Mims joined the Ohio Mayors Alliance today. The Communities in Action Building a Better Ohio Forum welcomed local elected officials and community leaders to discuss the impacts of federal legislation that includes the CHIPS Act, bipartisan infrastructure bill, and the American Rescue Plan. Mayor Mims says $138 million given to Dayton from the ARP is the largest grant in city history. He hopes how they spend the money will bring hope to the local community and communities all across Ohio.
Understanding that the dollars that we're receiving coming from the federal government are being put to good use. Now, even though some of these dollars are one-time dollars, those dollars are being put in spaces where they can incentivize more work to be done as far as the city is concerned.
The Dayton Recovery Plan's key goals are to improve Dayton neighborhoods and enhance critical city services while at the same time addressing longstanding economic and social inequities. That includes giving extra help to Black and brown businesses and aiding small business recovery after the pandemic. You can learn all about the plan's goals at DaytonOhio.gov.
Congressman Mike Turner hosting a rally today calling on the Senate to pass his Susan Muffley Act of 2022.
Pass that bill! Pass that bill!
The bill restores pensions of Delphi salaried retirees that were terminated after General Motors went bankrupt back in 2009. After 2 years, it passed the House last month and now must go through the Senate and then to the President to restore the full pensions. Now, President Biden has already said he supports it and will sign it if it gets to his desk. This is all part of a 13-year bipartisan battle that's also had a presidential directive from former President Trump, a full Inspector General's report, and has even been heard by the U.S. Supreme Court.
This is a terrible injustice that was done, and it was a federally created injustice. The Obama administration at the White House picked winners and losers. Some of these retirees lost up to 70% of their pensions. These are pensions they earned, that they planned on for their retirement, and left them in just an unbelievable, financially unstable state.
There are 5,000 Delphi salaried retirees in Ohio who this impacts, and more than 20,000 nationwide. Congressman Turner was here in our studios this morning to speak exclusively to us before the call to action rally. He says it's crucial to pass this now because there might not be another chance.
Right, I truly believe we have to get this passed this year, because I don't think the process will start over again. Now, imagine you'd planned your whole life around retiring and being financially secure and then losing that, including your health care benefits.
Now, if the bill is passed by the end of the year, their pensions will be restored plus back pay.
And 2 people have been hospitalized after an apartment fire this morning. It happened at the Chevy Chase Apartments in Centerville on South Main Street here. The Washington Township Fire Department says the cause of the fire is still under investigation and the extent of damage is still unknown.
All right, so let's talk weather now. It is a little bit cooler today than we've been used to. No rain, though, to speak of for the most part.
It's feeling really nice out there. Comfortable humidity, that's something you'll notice as you step outside. And then sunshine, which is another nice change. It's just a great day. overall. You can see that here in our Kettering Hill sky cam. Just a few cumulus clouds out there. We're continuing to clear for the rest of this evening as well. 79 is our current temperature. Dew points in the mid 50s, so that's a lot more comfortable than this time yesterday. We got a nice northerly wind at about 10 miles per hour too. But we have 70s across the board. 73 up in Bell Fountain, 74 Urbana, close to 80 in Dayton at this time, 78 in Troy, and for tonight we do drop into the mid 50s. Skies will be mostly clear. We'll see some patchy fog tonight, not quite as foggy as what we had earlier this morning, but coming up, I'll let you know how long the sunshine and nice weather will stick around.
Natalie, thanks so much. New fallout from the Uvalde school shooting. 5 Texas Department of Safety officers now under investigation by the state. Adam's at the Now Desk. What kind of discipline could they face here?
Right now, 2 officers have already been suspended without pay, Megan, and the state inspector general will determine if any discipline or criminal referral to the district attorney is warranted. Now, this comes after the Department of Public Safety in Texas Director Steve McGraw ordered a full internal review of what his officers did and did not do during that mass shooting at Uvalde. A state probe found DPS officers were on site but didn't take action to stop the shooter for more than an hour.
The family of Casey Goodson Jr. releasing new evidence in the case. Goodson was a Columbus man shot and killed by a Franklin County deputy back in 2020. Investigators say he had a gun. The family says he was holding a sandwich. Maria Durant shows us what we learned today.
The family of Casey Goodson Jr. releasing what they're calling new evidence in this case. Take a look here. The family's lawyer released pictures of a bloody AirPods that they say were recovered from the scene of where Casey Goodson Jr. was shot and killed. Now, that shooting happening back in December of 2020. Then Franklin County Deputy Jason Meade is now facing murder and reckless homicide charges in connection with the shooting death of Goodson. Goodson's mother believes that her son had the AirPods in the night that he was shot, listening to music, and never heard Meade.
Executed as he was going into his home, totally oblivious to the danger that was behind him.
The family is urging the courts to let them go through a civil lawsuit against the county and not wait until the criminal trial is over. That trial not scheduled until 2023. In Columbus, I'm Maria Durant.
Maria, thank you. And new information tonight on what the FBI found at former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. The Washington Post reporting that agents took a document containing a foreign government's military defense and nuclear capabilities. Now, we aren't sure which foreign government was named, but this follows a previous report that the FBI was looking for classified documents involving nuclear weapons at Mar-a-Lago.
The Obamas back at the White House today for the big reveal of their official White House portraits. Drum roll, please. And there you have it. Robert McCurdy is the artist behind former President Obama's portrait, and Sharon Sprung painted former First Lady Michelle Obama. Obama says he loves them both and even cracked a couple jokes while expressing his appreciation.
But what I love about Robert's work is that he paints people exactly the way they are, for better or worse. He captures every wrinkle on your face, every crease in your shirt. You'll note that he refused to hide any of my gray hairs, refused my request to make my ears smaller. I want to thank Sharon Sprung for capturing everything I love about Michelle. Her grace, her intelligence, and the fact that she's fine.
And this unveiling marks the return of a Washington tradition that hasn't been celebrated in a decade. There are no real rules, but ceremonies are often hosted by a former president's immediate successor. Former President Donald Trump never held a ceremony for the Obama portraits when he was in office, and official portraits haven't been added to the White House collection since 2012. The White House is in the beginning stages of the portrait processes for former President Trump and former First Lady Melania Trump.
Well, help us nominate a hometown hero. It's a relatively new segment we started here at Dayton 24/7 now. If you know someone making a difference in the community, please let us know about it. Could be police, fire, military, a teacher or a nurse, maybe a doctor, anyone you think deserves to be recognized. All we need, pictures or a video of your nominee with an explanation of why they're a hometown hero. You can submit your nominations right now, in fact, through our Dayton 24/7 Now app. You just open it up, click on Explore, then click on Chime In. Hometown Hero airs Wednesday and Friday mornings and then will be posted online. And you can get that app again for free right now to get started on your nomination. Just scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you straight to the App Store to download it.
And we're still working on a couple of stories for you after the break. First, a pilot program wants to lower the infant mortality rate, and it's already gotten promising results. After the break, how it works and how Dayton is involved in the next steps to make it a reality.
And a program helping the older population wants to expand into Dayton. Up next, how the PACE program makes independent living possible.
And sunshine for now, but I'll eventually be tracking our next weather maker that's coming up. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
California firefighters are working to contain the Fairview fire, approximately 50 miles southeast of Los Angeles. It's now grown to more than 5,000 acres. The fire comes as California endures a brutal heat wave. Even Texans are getting impact from the wildfires. This morning's pink and purple sunrise in the Panhandle is visible through smoke that drifted to the east.
Want to see your weather photos and videos on TV? Click Chime In on this station's website to share.
Dayton is slated to be part of a pilot program to help new mothers keep stable housing and potentially lower the infant mortality rate. Christian Hauser shows us how the program works and what needs to happen to make it a reality.
100 pregnant women were selected for a test project in 2018. Half went on with their pregnancy just as they normally would. The other half were given 15 months of paid rent and a case manager to make sure that they were able to find housing and help with any housing-related issues. Now, the results for the women receiving assistance were pretty compelling.
They were more likely to have a full-term, healthy birth weight baby, that they avoided the neonatal intensive care unit when they gave birth.
It wasn't just mom and baby seeing better results, though. Other kids in the house also showed improved health outcomes and ultimately less Medicaid money being spent. Regal says that the goal is to prove that this works on a larger scale, so groups are asking the state for $9 million in American Rescue Plan money to fund a study in Dayton and several other cities with soon-to-be mothers. Now, if this is successful here, the idea would be to get permanent federal funding, and the hope is this can start within a few months. I'm Christian Hauser. Back to you.
Well, a great day today. Finally, those clearing skies, lots of sunshine across the area thanks to high pressure sliding its way in, some slightly cooler, drier air. Feeling a little fall-like out there, but really it's just a pretty typical September day with that sunshine around the region. Now, we are going to continue to see sunshine over these next several days. Tonight going to be a cool and crisp night, but we also will be tracking some fog. Not quite as foggy as what we've had here recently, but waking up to some areas of fog by early tomorrow morning. And then by the afternoon, right around 80 degrees, lots of sunshine in the forecast. Friday also looking nice, but a little bit warmer. We'll start out in the 50s again, but we do climb back up in those mid 80s by our Friday afternoon. A little bit more humid for our Friday afternoon as well. And that's all ahead of our next weather maker, which will bring our next chance for rain and some thunderstorms across the area too. Eventually turning slightly cooler by next week. Notice Sunday and Monday, we do start to see those highs in the mid to upper 70s, and that's with some showers in the forecast too. So I'll have a look at that forecast 7-day coming up.
Natalie, thanks. An innovative program wants to expand here in the Miami Valley. PACE provides medical and social services to people over the age of 55, functioning as a nursing home without walls. It includes all needed health care services, adult day health services, inpatient hospital care, pharmaceuticals, and physical therapies. PACE is fully covered by Medicaid. There's no cost to the participant and is $1,000 cheaper to the state than other managed care plans. Right now, there's only one site in Cuyahoga County, but there's an effort underway at the State House to expand into Columbus, Toledo, and of course, right here in the Gem City.
Right now, only 16% of Ohio's PACE eligible individuals have access to the program. So the goal is to expand that access to cities like Dayton so that people can access this worthy program. A lot of people just want to remain in their homes, and the choice is that's where they have chosen to age. They want to age in place, and the PACE program allows them to get the services they need to stay healthy, get some social interaction, even things like a hot meal that might be difficult for them at home. It allows them to access those services but still remain in the community.
The program's expansion will be part of Ohio House Bill 600, which will be taken up this fall. The parent company of movie theater chain Regal Cinemas filing for bankruptcy. Adam is at the Now Desk. What caused this?
In short, COVID did, like it did many businesses. The pandemic dramatically reduced theater attendance. As we remember, streaming competition didn't help either. So Regal Cinema's parent company, Cineworld, says it's secured a $1.9 billion in bankruptcy loans to restructure. Hopes to exit bankruptcy in the first quarter of next year after launching a new strategy for better lease terms. Until then, the company says those loans are going to help keep theaters open for business as usual.
Nurses outside Cincinnati's VA Medical Center say their staffing shortage is putting veterans in danger. Now their next protest is coming right here to the Gem City. David Winter shows us a situation which has RNs holding picket signs instead of IV bags.
These VA nurses are picketing today because they say they are overworked, underpaid, and there are too few support staff to help them do things like empty bedpans and transport patients. They say they're stuck doing that, which means they're not able to do what they're trained to do, which is care for patients. Now, we did speak to a patient here at the VA Medical Center who says he concurs.
People like me, we enlisted with the promise that when we came home, we would be taken care of. And it's just not the case. It's not the case at all. I would push the button to get the nurses, and sometimes they would come 15 minutes later, and sometimes I'd have to push the button again and again and again. They did not come.
The VA Medical Center sent us a written statement saying that its mission is to preserve and protect the health and welfare of the veterans that it serves. It also says that it has a 91% approval rating among veterans, and it says that it has hired 50 nurses within the past 2 years, plus has held 3 job fairs in the past 2 months. Reporting in Clifton, this is David Winter. Back to you.
David, thanks. Now, the nurses say they want Congress to pass the VA Employee Fairness Act, which would grant RNs full bargaining rights so that they can have a say in improving things like staffing. National Nurses United, which is the U.S.'s largest organization of RNs, says its next protest is going to be at the VA Medical Center right here in Dayton. NASA says it's going to replace the seal on a leaky fuel line of its Artemis 1 rocket. The decision comes after NASA had to scrap now 2 launch attempts last week due to a fuel leak. We're not sure yet when NASA will attempt another launch, but the rocket's next launch window opens on September 19th. A story now from our partners at the Dayton Business Journal. The building that used to house 416 Diner in the Oregon District has changed hands while it waits for a buyer. It's sold to Marley Holdings LLC for $410,000. This could indicate a new user may open up in the 2-story, 5,000 square foot space. 416 Diner had been there for 5 years and closed in June. And we have all the details for you right now on Dayton247now.com. You can find this story plus others like it right there under the Dayton Business Journal heading in the News tab.
Live look from the Kettering Health Skycam. If you think it looks nice out, it feels great outside. We're just talking about how comfortable it is right now. It's that lack of humidity, I think.
Yeah, feels really good. Tomorrow about the same trend, but we do start to feel just a little bit more humidity by later into the week.
All right, so basically enjoy it while you got it.
Enjoy it while it's here. Yeah. We also got some rain that eventually moves in, but after that storm system moves out, it actually does look like we could see our first real taste of fall by next week. We're going to be tracking an area of low pressure that makes its way through, eventually bringing cooler than normal temperatures to the area. Now, this is the longer term, the 13th through the 17th. It does look like temperatures close to normal for our region, cooler just off to our south, but it does look like as we head into next week, we will start to feel more comfortable conditions back in the forecast. We'll also be seeing some showers back in the forecast by next week too. So coming up, I will take a look at that 7-day forecast, talk about that weekend, because we will be seeing some rain and storms for this weekend as well.
Natalie, thanks. A really big animal stopping by our Dayton 24/7 Now studios today. Still ahead, we're going to meet MC and find out why it's extra special that he visited today of all days. You're watching Dayton 24/7 Now.
the Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
A special guest stopped by our station today to celebrate a very special day with us. Nathan Edwards explains why it's especially appropriate on this Wednesday.
It's Hump Day, and we're celebrating in a very unique style on this Wednesday. Say hello to MC. He's from Safari Junction in Eaton, and he's just kind of hanging out. This is the best way to celebrate Hump Day. This may be the largest animal we've ever had here at the Dayton 24/7 Now studios. And guess what? It is his birthday this Saturday. He's celebrating 4 years of life, and isn't he a cute little guy right here? So you can head out to Safari Junction to celebrate his 4th birthday and maybe get a picture with him. I know I did. He's out here mowing our grass for us today. So yeah, enjoy your Hump Day, and head out to Safari Junction this weekend and grab a picture with this little friend and others that they have out there at their wonderful farm in Eden.
It was a beautiful Hump Day, and he was talking about mowing the lawn there. Going to be great weather for doing that over these next couple of days. Nice weather, very calm, lower humidity for the day tomorrow. Friday looking good. It is going to be a little bit warmer. Grass may be just a little bit greener after the rain that we just saw, but for the weekend we do have another round of rain. It looks like at least the second half of the day on Saturday we start to get some rain and storms, and then on Sunday precipitation expected to be just a little bit more widespread around the area, with our extended forecast showing those rain and thunderstorms Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Will eventually get a front to push its way through, and that's going to drop our temperatures back down into the 70s by our Tuesday. Wednesday, highs in the mid 70s, and that's with some sunshine. So a little fall-like by the middle of next week. We'll have an area of low pressure kind of hanging out with us, so that's going to keep some showers around for the Monday, Tuesday time frame. Not a complete washout of a weekend again, but Sunday into Monday, those look like our best 2 chances for rain over these next 7 days.
It never ceases to amaze what a difference it is without humidity. I mean, that was everything.
It feels great out there. Soak it up while it's here. Football weather tomorrow for Thursday Night Lights also looking really nice.
Looks excellent. All right, Natalie, thanks. Thanks for being with us. We are over on Fox 45 next. We hope you join us there. Good night.